Identity 5 gamers, today we're going to be watching some more Identity 5 Japan League summer matches here. I'm very excited to get into it because we're watching some matches here from day 6, which happened a few days ago. But there'll also be some more matches live streamed tonight that I'll be, live streaming on this channel. If you're interested, you can watch them live with me, 8 p.m. PST. We're also going to be watching, hopefully, 2 sets today. We're going to be watching AXIZ versus RC today, which I'm very excited for because both of these teams are currently undefeated right now. Neither of these teams have been beaten before in the tournament so far, which is really interesting. So I'm really curious to see who's going to come out on top today. And before we get into it, I do actually want to quickly just get my little check-in here for the Promised Neverland. Huh? Yeah, huh is right. Give me my... gosh darn fragments there, Isabella. All right, with that being said, let's get into the matches now. Here we go. It is time to take a look at IJL Day 6, Set 3. As you can see, both AXIZ and RC have won 5 of their sets. They are both 5-0 in the tournament. Neither of them have lost yet. So whoever wins here will stay undefeated, and the first, I guess who loses will take their first loss of the tournament. It's always fun to watch sets like these when you watch the 2 best teams currently in IJL go up against each other. Now, it doesn't even said that Zeta did win KOA 8. However, they haven't been performing as well as they wanted to this tournament, but it's really exciting to see, the 2 undefeated teams go up against each other. So we're gonna see Puppeteer, Officer, Meteorologist, and Antiquarian out here. This is a very strong team here for round 1, and going up against Aka's Goatman. And interestingly enough, it looks like we're gonna leave mid open here for Aka to spawn. I'm only guessing that's the case because he'll have to move in one simple direction. If he spawns mid, he has to move in a direction, and that is the person he will chase unless they, leave. It's not like where he can go up to chase, Meteorologist if he spawns bottom right and then maybe curve toward the middle. It's like whoever he goes to, he's committing to, unless he just full on leaves, then we know. I'm guessing the Puppeteer is also in Factory because he'll probably have Tide Turner. Otherwise, doesn't really make much sense to me. But then again, it is also a Goatman, and Factory isn't as good against a Goatman as some other areas that have a lot of pallets and whatnot. Now let's see here. Aka is actually going very aggressive with this Goatman, going in with an abnormal build here. Detention trump card abnormal with the trait. We do see a Tide on that Puppeteer, Tide on the Puppet and the Officer with Borrowed, and then Borrowed Flywheel on the Meteorologist, while the Antiquarian has full kite, and Aka's going straight for that Meteorologist. Now, we haven't seen a ton of Meteorologist versus Goatman, but the general consensus is that Meteorologist is pretty strong, at least in terms of how much she's been played in IVL. So she definitely can work into a Goatman, but I haven't really seen it super effectively. Now, let's see here. We're gonna just see a simple Wind Blast right here so that she can get to the pallet, but I don't know if she's gonna be able to kite. Oh, wait, this is actually decent positioning here. She still will be taking the hit, though. She does try to do that little, almost parabolic-looking kite, but that will be a down on the Tuna. That's a pretty quick down, all things considered. But the Cypher Rush is happening very, very fast. 50, 50, and 40. Pretty decent on the Cyphers here. The Puppeteer is actually already here, which is a little interesting. And we're going to see Aka chair out right here. Wants to chair out over here because you don't want to chair right next to God Kite if you can't have this chair instead, it seems. Simply because I'm guessing... oh, that's going to be a very big abnormal. Yeah, this is looking very, very good. Taking the abnormal for a free rescue is a nice trade for the Puppeteer. However, the Meteorologist will be going down here, but no damage on the Puppeteer. Let's see, will he try to go for the Puppeteer? It looks like he actually will be trying to go for the Lewis. Will he be able to kite out into the Tide Turner? Let's see... He will not, 1 second away. That's so good for Aka, dude. That's so good for Aka because he's now not only at full presence, but the Puppeteer has 2 hits on him, basically, which, normally he would be, 3 hits away with, 2 more Lewises to use here. So we're going to chair the Meteorologist near the Lewis's Cypher once more, and the Cyphers are not really looking too good for Team AXIZ. All things considered, mostly due to that abnormal. We're going to see the Officer coming in here probably, but does have Wanted Order, so it's going to be a little tricky. This is actually very, very lucky, and wow, he cannot make that rescue. He cannot make that rescue. It's going to have to be the Puppeteer now. Wow, this is quite a turn of events. Lewis is going to block the way for this Meteorologist to continue kiting just a little bit longer here. I'm actually surprised that doesn't hit the Lewis. Is he trying to ready up to hit the Lewis? He is trying to ready up to hit the Lewis. Puppeteer will go down. This is actually fine though, because if he self-heals, he'll actually get a Lewis back, and I know a lot of Puppeteers are fine with that, but it's only fine if the Cypher Rush is fine. The Cypher Rush is unfortunately for this team not really in the best situation here. We're gonna see another Wind Blast, and Meteorologist will be able to get to this pallet here, and she will, what the heck? Interesting, okay. Puppeteer will probably use up his self-heal right here. Yeah, he will use up his self-heal. These Cyphers are looking very bad, though, for the survivors. This is looking very, very good for Akka, though I will say. This is looking extremely good for Akka, especially since the Puppeteer not only has no self-heal, but he also has Abnormal already up here once again. So there are two very advantageous things that this Goatman can use against AXIZ here. Let's see. No Lewis, surprisingly. Okay, I guess he was going to just try to really hard commit to those mind games, and he's gonna leave the Lewis on the ground, considering how slow he heals, especially with you know, no self heal. It's gonna be very annoying because that's gonna force the Antiquarian in. That's gonna force two people off of the Cyphers, and he'll probably go for a quick Abnormal here. Yes, he will bring that 53 Cypher all the way down to 13. He has made max utility out of that Abnormal, dude. He has gotten minus 100% decoding progress with both of these two. In this entire match, which is very, very good. We are going to see Antiquarian picks up the Puppeteer. He will use the Lewis here, but Akka's just going to go, you know, try to take care of him here real quick. Yeah, he will be going down here. Will the Antiquarian try to harass? It's probably way too risky. I mean, they just simply don't have the Cyphers. They just don't. The Meteorologist died too close to the Puppeteer's Cypher, which pressured it, which made it easy Abnormal without having to, you know, give up much cage energy. He literally just walked right over and did it. Oh, he gave a free rescue, but like, you know, a free rescue without having to use any of your abilities, and then you can just use abilities to go back because you're just freaking Goatman. It's honestly fine because it speeds up the pace of the game too. I mean, that was a very early rescue from the Puppeteer. He did try to do the instant cage, but we will see a quick stun from the Anti, break the cage instantly, gets the swing off, and I mean, this is there is a small chance we're gonna need to see quite a few mind games being won from this Puppeteer, and he also needs to, you know, get off of this Cypher all while having Tide Turner, which is gonna be pretty difficult because he's kind of stuck in this area. It looks like they are gonna start up a new Cypher here. Akka will just take some time to break both of these pallets, and Puppeteer will use the Lewis. Good hitbox movement from Akka. Will he be able to get to this pallet? He will not, actually. It looks like he will not. Yeah, down he'll go. Okay. And that will be, this is the second chair for the Puppeteer, I believe. Officer could actually get this rescue done, but he's gonna chair near the Cypher here once again. We're gonna see another Abnormal being ready, and he'll probably use it. Probably, yeah, you go for the cage, go for the Abnormal here real quick. Actually, the Anti could just cancel it. He probably won't use it. He'll probably force in the Officer first, gets the hit on the Officer. The Tide Turner will go off. Will the Officer just go to rush the Cypher? That's the big question here. Anti will hit once, and he swaps to Excitement. Yeah, I agree. I actually completely agree. I completely agree. I think that's why Nyan also didn't fully commit to using a bunch of the flutes there, because they knew that Akka had the option to switch to Excitement there. So yeah, this is truly just all going to Akka's plan right now. This is looking very, very good for RC at the moment. Again, RC survivors are still going to have to deal with Kakiri as well, but it's a lot easier to deal with a Hunter when you only need a one escape. We see this a lot, right? We see this a lot when a Hunter gets a 4K in round one. It's a lot easier for the survivors to get a single person out. You know, they can go for some very aggressive strategies, such as like, you know, an Embalmer play, stuff like that. Looks like Akka will be chairing the first Officer now. Just get him in that chair. I mean, it's an Officer chair time, so he has all the time in the world to be sitting on that chair, which is a good thing. Weird looking cage that Akka did. I'm not entirely sure what the idea was here. Dude, every time I see people just running around, scrambling around in these cages, I can't help but wonder, like, if you showed current IDV to like a you know, a year one IDV player, they'd just be like, huh? I just think it's so funny because like Goatman is just such a, despite being like simple in concept, he's like a very complex Hunter, which is how he just creates walls and how all the walls really function. It's very interesting. A very nice backstep there from Akka. He will just be getting a quick hit here. It's very easy to get the down whenever you have when you only have to go for one quick easy hit. Or I guess when one person's chipped away. Because instead of actually having to play this cage mind game, you can kind of just set up a wall, and that alone can be enough sometimes. He will just excitement through everything. Nyan will jump because there's no other move that they can do, and they will be going down there, so very good 4K from Akka. I mean, AXIZ really pushed him to the limits, but that was a very good 4K from Akka, I must say. So now we see round 1 second half. Kakiri is out here, and RC is picking a weird team. I don't know why they're picking Weeping Clown, I will be completely honest with you. If you're gonna pick a harassing-based character, I feel like you just pick Forward instead, and he was available. Explorer and Embalmer did make sense to ban because they're very gimmicky. But I don't really get this, though, because, like, Mage, Puppet, Grave, that's fine, but Weeping, I don't really understand, I'll be completely honest with you guys. We do know that RC tends to be very unconventional, but even then, the Weeping Clown is still a very unconventional pick. And once again, giving Goatman that middle spot, interesting. I really wish I knew the reason behind that. Maybe if I learned Japanese and heard the commentators, they probably have a reason. We are going to see Detention, Trump Card, and Excitement on this Goatman here. Similar builds to last time, we're going to see a Borrowed Time Tide on the Puppet and Grave, and Weeping Clown will have Flywheel, and same with the Mage with Borrowed. So everybody has Borrowed Time here. Love, that's very, very confident, especially when they need one, or when they only need one person out. I feel like we would have maybe Triple Tide, maybe a Flywheel Tide on the Weeping or something. Let me chasing this Weeping first. Again, if they wanted to play Weeping with the Harassment, I don't really understand why, because, again, Weeping is not... Yeah, the perfect example right there. Not really considered to be the best survivor versus a Goatman here. He has to take another risk around this pallet. Nope, Kakiri goes for an early swing. That is one cage kited, which is pretty good, but I feel like that was a little more Hunter air. I feel like Kakiri's a little bit lost here. And the thing is, even if Weeping Clown does stun him with that rocket, he has that excitement. I'm pretty sure that's the reason why. I think the whole point of this is like to kite in a straight line, and then the second the Goatman sets up the cage, rocket him as quickly as possible. And Kakiri is going to be able to deal with that with the excitement here. Let's see. Very nice pallet, the flywheel, the rocket, and he excitements, and yeah, bye-bye. That's a pretty good kite from the Weeping, though, all things considered. Like, I would not expect a Weeping Clown to kite that long, but I think it also was Kakiri not really ready for what was going on here, because again, Weeping Clown really not the best versus Goatman in a conventional setting, of course. Obviously, every character can work against every character, but that is if they outplay, you know. In a general setting, Weeping Clown would lose to Goatman in most scenarios. RC City did use the Gravekeeper just to kind of chill out around this pallet here, buy some time for the rescue. Only going to eat a single chip here. Will we get some damage onto the Grave, or will we prioritize the Weeping? It looks like we are going to try to hit the Weeping Clown here. Kaki does not want to hit that Grave for any extra hit. I'm actually a little surprised about that, to be honest with you. I feel like it's probably better to hit the Grave and then maybe the Weeping, but that's also if you're very, very confident. Well, then again, you need a 4K. Yeah, I think you should have hit the Grave, actually, now that I think about it. Unless Kakiri has a plan. I mean, obviously, they're the pro, but I feel like taking the gamble, hitting the Grave, and then hitting the Weeping Clown while he was still in Tide Turner, taking more time with that Tide Turner, because he's gonna be walking anyway, right? I don't know. I feel like that's the best case scenario. Puppeteer does get a free rescue here. Now they're going to try to kite with this Weeping Clown, kind of try to protect each other here a little while. We do still have one rocket. There's the rocket being used, and they probably just want to kite out to the point where Puppeteer can get his Lewis back here. Last two ciphers are like 60 and nearly all 70 and above here. They'll swing one more time, but it does actually hit the Weeping, and the Puppeteer wastes his last Lewis as well. That's actually not bad for Kakiri. But once more, not really the best situation because the ciphers are looking really, really, really good. We do see Wanted Order on this Puppeteer, which does change things quite a bit. He actually might be able to put this Lewis into basement here and then potentially win off of that. But it looks like Kakiri will not be going basement and instead will chair out over here. I guess he wants to maybe pressure the last cipher, potentially abnormal it. Let's see. Will he pressure that last cipher? Will he swap to abnormal? I don't know if he'll swap to abnormal here. I don't know. Does he think he can 4K off of an abnormal pick? That's the big question. Like, you should, I feel like you should never abnormal unless you know you can win off of it, you know? That's the thing. Like, abnormaling for safety is something that I do a lot, and it usually makes me, like, only be able to draw because I have no trait for endgame. I feel like you only want to abnormal when you're, like, in a desperate situation when you need a draw, or something like that. It looks like he's going to prioritize just pressuring down this Cypher and whittling down some of these items here. Only issue is the second he runs out of energy, the Cypher pop will be pretty easy to do. Gravekeeper going to keep on hiding in that shovel. He does see the grave. We'll try to hit the grave. Sets up a double cage. Weird looking Venn diagram, I must say. And he will be going to the mage instead. Let's see. He will not abnormal. He will abnormal. Okay. Well, now both Cyphers are 50 and 50. Again, I don't think that was really the best play, to be completely honest with you. He does miss. Goes for a second cage. But mage still has more wands. Again, he's living on borrowed time here. That abnormal really did nothing for him to completely, like, he's not even able to wither out these items because he's just in a really bad position. And RC is gonna actually be able to pop here. He's gonna pressure down this puppeteer. He will not hit the Lewis. He will break the cage. And smacks the Lewis, but Lewis was still available. And they're gonna double rush that Cypher and just pop right here very soon. Pop right here. Boom, there's the pop. Okay, again, RC is literally only looking for a single person out here. Kakadi needs every last kill he can get. We do see the Lewis just for the speed boost. Undaunted, beautiful Undaunted from Soba. Oh my goodness, that was actually so amazing. Moving around to the other side of this position, but Kakadi, again, is just so good at moving around, or maneuvering around as a Goatman here. And it looks like we'll be taking the risk to try to get this Magician here. Let's see. Will he get him in time? He is not inside the cage. He's not inside the cage. That's unfortunate. He's not inside that cage. And that will end up being a draw for RC, which puts them at a 5-point lead, which is very, very good. This is a really good start for RC in this set. So it looks like Arms Factory is the map for round 2 first half here. Interesting. So they're prioritizing the survivors, whoever picked this. We are going to see Meteorologist out here once again, along with Finn, Seer, and Mercenary. 3 very strong kiters with a good rescue, that of course being Mercenary. They are banning out the Opera Singer here. Goatman is also global ban. We're also seeing from the Hunter side, Embalmer, Officer, Explorer, and Prisoner ban. Yeah, Kaki seems like they really don't like those decoders and really doesn't like those gimmicky, annoying characters like Explorer and Embalmer. I would consider to be slightly gimmicky. So yeah, I mean, in this situation, you have Hulla, you have Ivy for big 4 that are still, you know, somewhat available. And I feel like Kakiri will probably choose Ivy. I mean, then again, actually, I don't really know how well Meteorologist matches up into Ivy, but I feel like, yeah, I don't think you actually want to go Ivy here, because if you go Ivy, you have to deal with that Finn. And that's what's really annoying. Oh, Bonbon. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Okay. I guess that works. I mean, especially post buff, Bonbon is just he's tearing up shop. I know I've seen 4Ks with this character already. People just aren't really ready for Bonbon post buff, bro. He just speeds up the pace of the game so much with his camp now. Though obviously in tournaments, it's a lot harder for him to perform. In rank, he's been doing very well, because pretty much anytime somebody makes a mistake, he wins. Like, it takes one mistake from the survivors and Bonbon literally just wins the game instantly. Or like, he'll draw instantly. All it takes is a single mistake, especially when it comes to rescuing. And it's so hard to sell against him because it just speeds up the pace of the game. So if you mess up your kite or your rescue, you're literally just cooked against this character, because he speeds up the pace of the game so much with his camp now. That buff that they gave him was just, honestly, it's just really, really annoying what they did. Now let's see here. We're going to be seeing, oh, the Seer. We're going to be seeing the Seer take a free hit here. Prioritizing hiding more than anything, but yeah, Kakiri kind of used to these people that like hiding, it seems. It doesn't really want to have to deal with them, especially with that Explorer pick here. We are going to see Soba try to counter-rotate here a little bit. Kakiri doesn't. Are they trying to counter-rotate? What's going on here? I don't know. I don't really know what's going on here. We're like, We are like double backing like crazy right now. Okay, what the heck? We are just mind gaming like crazy. This is a full kite seer, mind you. Full kite seer here, getting a huge amount of distance here with the broken windows. Tries to snipe him out here with the bomb, doesn't get it. Blink is ready. Will we see a bird? Do we see the bird? Flywheel? Flywheel? Bird? Woo! Soba! I see you. Soba noodles. Break that pallet, Bonathan. This is a detention trump card. Blink Bonathan. Looks like Soba will just be trying to die out in the corner. Yeah, realizes I can't kite any longer. Let me just die out here in the corner if I can. Or, well, maybe try to last a little while longer on this rock. Not really. I wasn't really looking to see how close they were to an owl, but I would wager they're at least 50% of the way to an owl with that kite. That is a very, very solid kite here. We do again see Flywheel tied on the Meteorologist, tied Borrowed on the Mercenary, Borrowed Flywheel on the Finn, and then Full Kite on the Seer. So not a single thing that is similar here. We're gonna see just an instant rescue from the Mercenary. Doesn't even care, just instant rescue. I mean, that's kind of what you got to do against this character now, it seems. It's just instant rescue, bro. I mean, he didn't have any bombs as well either, so he didn't have to worry about getting bombed into TS. He was just like, if we eat the TS, he's like, if he TS's, so be it. I'll try to react to him. You know, it's like, if I get TS, so be it. At least I get the rescue, you know? Now, ideally, you really don't want to farm here next, because then you just guarantee give Kakiri a draw. You really want to try to get a win. But, you know, at the same time, Kakiri can press one button, and then he's gonna proxy camp. Okay, because he doesn't have tinnitus. They're definitely gonna sell this. They're 100% gonna. Oh, he sees City. He definitely sees City. I think he's pretending to not see him. Yeah. Interesting. I think his goal there was he was trying to pretend to not see City. Seer will be sold. Again, they just don't want to rescue him. It's too risky. Like, why, when your survivors already have like a decent lead here, would you ever rescue? You know, it just seems so silly. So with these ciphers, this is looking like a draw. I would say at best this is a 3K for the Bonathan, but yeah, I mean he's truly the tie god at this point. It looks like he's actually going to try to play a little aggressively here, which I find to be quite interesting. Despite having the Mercenary nearly down, he wants to go for the Meteor instead. Maybe try to wither down some of these items here. I feel like it's a little risky though, because at the same time I feel like you maybe could have tried to get the Mercenary down and then tried to play the I actually don't know. I mean, I guess Kakiri's just choosing to play Wither here, just to wither down the items. City actually does get a syringe, which is pretty good, because he can just kind of chill in a corner, start healing, and they should set up a new cipher here. Let's see. They have middle to work with. Oh, actually, Kakiri can kind of pressure these last three ciphers somewhat. They're actually somewhat close together. They're really not that far apart. There actually is potential for him to do something here. I cannot lie. There actually is potential. Looks like Meteor will be starting that No Man Cipher while City heals, and then we'll start pressuring the Factory Gate Cipher as well. While they're all going to start pressuring a Cipher. They're like, okay, you can pressure each Cipher, but there's 3 of us, so we can also pressure all the Ciphers as well. Again, just thinking about the game design of IDV is very interesting, with each survivor being able to be on part of the last cipher in a drawed position. I don't know. I feel like IDV is just an interesting, well-designed game for the most part. The more I watch tournaments, the more I just like actually am just impressed by how well this game is designed and balanced. I know people really like to like complain about it a lot, but like looking at it from a tournament perspective, I don't know why my mouse moved. It really does seem just well designed and very balanced, I must say. Obviously, it's not perfect. It isn't perfect, but okay, he's just gonna commit to the blink. Yeah, the second he blinks, he's like, "Yep, I'm committing to getting this draw." He just doesn't want to give Mercenary the chance to potentially get a dungeon escape here. I don't think he actually knows where this dungeon is. Let's see. Gets a quick chip on the Mercenary. Weird movements here. And yeah, down he goes. Okay, that will be the Bonbon draw with those ears wiggling at max force. Who could have seen the Bonbon draw coming, dude? Wow, the meta is truly weird now because AXIZ is prioritizing an Anban in round 2 over stuff like Opera, Ivy, and Hulla. It looks like they just either fear Akka's An, or they're more used to the meta and they're like, yeah, let's just take the meta because we're used to it. So they're gonna go Embalmer, Psych, Meteorologist again. Meteorologist being played so much here recently, and then a forward. But Akka will choose the Hullabaloo. I actually want to see how this forward will play into the Hullabaloo. Looks like spawn is Isolation spawn set up. However, Akka will not be falling for it here. Will choose to spawn bottom middle. Can chase pretty much anybody with this spawn. I think you do not want to chase a Meteorologist in this area, though. I feel like you want to go for that Embalmer and then probably push him up into Locker post nerf. Yeah, I think that's the best case scenario here. Now, as for the builds, it's pretty standard, actually. Full Kite Embalmer, Borrowed Knee Jerk on the Psych and Meteor, and then Borrowed Tide on the forward. Warp, Trump, Inso, Hulla. Yeah, pretty standard things across the board. Akka prioritizing that Warp over Peepers, so maybe he has Nostalgic plus Warp. Hard to say. It's kind of unfortunate that IGL does not actually show the Hunter builds like IVL and Koa do. Little unfortunate. I hope IVS, when that happens, will actually show the builds. That would be very awesome here. Akka actually going straight for that Meteorologist, though. I was not expecting this, actually. She does make a Cloud. Will start using the Cloud here just for straight distance, it seems. Interesting. Just wants to go get a lot of distance. Use the Broken Windows to go all the way to Shack, huh? I feel like you're in a pretty good area, but it looks like, again, they're just prioritizing straight line gaming with that distance here. We'll be able to utilize the Broken Windows here pretty well. We're going to use the Cloud here once again, just for straight distance. Again, clouding for straight distance again. Interesting. And then the forward will go for the stun here. That's a long stun, too. This gives... Wow, they want to get inside Factory here. It seems like they really do not want this Meteorologist to take Kite. Or they're just playing very, very safely, I will say, with this Meteorologist. Cloud again for straight distance. And cannot snipe off the Cloud. It will be Warp. She's kiting on pretty much everybody's Cypher, which is interesting. Ada will stand in the way. And even though Akka could hit the... No, he will hit the Psych here. Okay, that makes sense. Let's see. Okay, don't want to vault that because you'll die. Don't get terrored. Okay, now you'll vault it. That's fine. This is a very interesting kite, I must say, because if you look at the route, it's fine. Well, not really actually, because it's a good route in terms of a 1v1. This feels like a 1v1 route though. Ooh, Akka trying to get a cheeky double color with that palette drop there. But looking at the ciphers, they're very spread out here, very, very spread out. And we're going to just keep vaulting this palette over and over again. We're going to wait for the knee jerk to be ready, and then we'll use the speed boost knee all the way over here. Will we try to use this window speed boost as well? Yep, we'll utilize the window speed boost next. Do we see a snipe? Knee. He'll use the jump to catch up, and down goes the Ada. Still at 5 ciphers, but a significant amount of progress on every single one of them. So... yeah, this is interesting. This is interesting. As long as AXIZ keeps track of their ciphers properly and make sure to get the unsafe ones done first and the safer ones done last, they actually are in a pretty good position here, all things considered, because that was a very long time to get the down. But it also did interrupt a lot of chairs and got out a lot of items here. But at the same time, that could be considered a good thing. Oh my goodness! If Akka went for the rotation there, I don't know if Ford was going to be able to get that rescue. It will actually, looks like it actually will be a double down here. We will get the red, and then we will rotate and get the white. So that will be the double down. Ford will go down. Ada will go down over here. Dying actually pretty close to the Meteor's Cypher. I'm not entirely sure why that is the case. It's probably because she just finished it. Okay, that is why. And we don't want to die on Factory Gate Cypher. I think that was the plan here. Okay, that is actually very smart. Thing is, Meteor can probably easily get this rescue, but it will likely be another double down. Actually, I don't think we should rescue here. I want to be completely honest. The more I think about this, I don't know if it's good to rescue here, because it will just lead to a double down. But it looks like Tuno will be going for the rescue regardless of this. Good positioning, and there down goes the Meteorologist, but then the Psychologist will also just kind of go down right here. And yeah, that's a double down here, just like I thought. I almost wonder if it was better to sell. Because then the Ada would go down, you'd be on top of them, you'd be chasing the Meteorologist now. I guess it kind of... I don't know, actually. I actually don't know what the best play there was. I want to say the best play was to... was to sell. But now... no, actually, I think it would have been. I think it would have been. Because now we're dead on the last Cypher. I mean, they're the pros, once again. They know better than I, obviously. But I almost can't help but wonder if maybe the Meteorologist should have just camped inside Shack. Maybe camped the window or, like, near the window. Somebody needs to open up a new Cypher here. Yeah, they will. Tuna will open up the new Cypher here while the Embalmer will take Kite. Flywheels past the color instead of actually flywheeling the color, which is not really the best here. We'll get a cheeky pallet stun here. Okay, Otto, I see you. Very cheeky pallet stun here. Kind of going back and forth around that pallet, making sure Akka couldn't really see him, but knowing the threat of the pallet stun existing, and then a lot of patience getting that pallet stun there in the end. That backup Cypher at Shack is now at 40%, which is pretty solid here. A lot of decoding progress being done. Meteor gonna chill around here. They don't want to die near factory since it's also is basement. Their coffin is pretty far as well. Looks like Embalmer will touch the coffin, and then Akka will start chasing, but this will allow Meteor to start. Yeah, he's just trying to pressure down each thing. Will he try to go for the Embalmer to force out the coffin? That's the question here. I do not know. Akka has lost a lot of the positive ground that he had here because he's not really in a winning position right now. He's kind of in a drawed position now. Even though I thought he would be in a winning position, but I think him not getting the Embalmer down quickly enough was what did it. So we will see. Will we see a pickup and drop? We will just see the pop right here. We will not see the pickup and drop. We will see Akka actually chairing the Embalmer here. Looking around for the coffin. Not even going to look for the coffin. No, now we'll look for the coffin. There we go. We'll warp all the way over to this coffin here. And we'll just probably instant get this Embalmer down since there's not much he'll be able to do. Yep, down he goes. And will he go for the gate? He will not. He will chair at Sandbags area, or like I guess the factory dungeon area, and that's gonna be a draw. He has no trait to catch up to anybody. That will be the draw. He trump cards, not that it really matters. Yeah, that's it. I feel like he could have won that, but he just lost a lot of ground. So now it's Chinatown on round 3 here. Alf is out instead of Akka. Alf is here for round 3. Good to see Alf once more. I believe this is the 3rd time Alf has been played. Or Alf has gotten the chance to play, I should say. And I think last time he went BQ, and then last time before that, yep, he went with his Bonathan, bro, his famous Bonathan. Going up against Weeping, Merc, Mech, and Seer, and they're actually banning out the Waxars over the Ivy here. Interesting. Could be because it's specifically very annoying to deal with on Chinatown, that of course being Waxars. And yeah, simple spawns here. I guess Mech is spawning middle to kind of help her transition away from this Bonathan because he is very slow. That Weeping Clown pick is going to be very helpful though against Bonbon because he can stun on chair versus Bonbon that does not have excitement. Not that they know that yet. And also distance. It buys so much distance. That's why Weeping Clown is so good in round 3. Not the best in round 1 like you saw with RC playing him. That's why I said it was unconventional. But in round 3, Weeping Clown, especially on this map, is considered to be extremely, extremely good. Just because he gets so much distance with that rocket, he can assist people with that rocket and harass with it too. Of course, is minus 15 on decoding, so this entire team is actually minus 40. But that's the reason why they have that mechanic to be plus 90 on top of that. So they're pretty much plus 50 on decoding, which is very, very solid. We are going to see the mechanic not drop off this bot just yet. Alpha is a little bit lost, though. We do see the bot being dropped off near the tunnel area. And Mech will start that Cypher, but we'll probably need to move the bot away here now that they know where he is. Yeah, Alpha is looking for that Mech, dude. Alpha is looking for that Mech. Gonna have the bot run in a different direction from the mechanic here. Let's see. We'll get hit by one bomb here. And then, you know what's actually so nice about this? Alpha is using the Zeta accessory. Aw, that's actually so nice. And we will be seeing the bot being dropped off once again and warping on top of this mechanic here. Let's see here. Not actually gonna be getting that chain. I feel like that was a pretty easy, predictable chain that Alf could get right there. And now there's the next bomb chain. Gonna get the time bomb here. Kind of just sniping down this mechanic, actually. Doesn't really want to deal with this pallet. Just gonna snipe her down. Alf actually, despite that early rotation, this is actually looking very good for him because he is pretty much one basic hit away from being able to be at full presence, which is really good. And when this mechanic goes down, he will be full presence. And that's actually kind of scary. This attention insolence bomb is actually working out. It's just because the ciphers are so very slow. Nice! Wow, that was really well played from Alf, actually. That bomb chain was just actually kind of insane. And it does need to be said that the bot is out there. But, like, look, the ciphers are really not that good, considering how long that was. That was a 2-minute first chase. But because of the rotation, it took too long. And the seer does not want to waste that owl. Probably wants to save it for a potential rescue here. Let's see. I'm kind of curious. Maybe Mercenary will elbow pad in once these explode, and then he'll just give an owl to him. Yep, he will. Yep, I knew it, bro. Just to make sure it's a safe rescue. Very smart from this team here. Just counterpicking this Bonbon or counterplaying this Bonbon as much as possible. We do see the stun onto this Bonathan from the Weeping Clown just to make sure this mechanic can get some more distance. We might actually see a warp being used here from Alpha. I don't think so just yet, but there is a chance. Is the Weeping Clown here to continue supporting? That is the other real question of the day. We'll drop this pallet. We'll try to position ourselves to dodge, but there's not really anywhere where we can dodge. Will we go for a second rescue on this mechanic? I feel like the answer is no, because Bonbon is not really in a position to speed up the pace of the game that much, and also the bot is almost out of its energy as well. So unless they do, it's going to be pretty greedy. Mechanic will be using up most of the bot. We'll definitely leave the bot at like 1% just so it can feed Tinnitus when it comes to like late game or end game. Always having just the bot to be able to feed Tinnitus is a good thing. I do think that this is the right decision. I think more mechanic players should definitely do this because I think a lot of mechanic players use up all of their bot to get the cipher done. But at high level, I believe they should always do exactly what Tuna is doing here. Leave like 0.1 or even just 1% if you're scared of it breaking. 1% of the bot left just to have it feed Tinnitus and mess with the Hunter later, because that can actually really mess with them. It's definitely very niche, but it's way better. It's like you're trading 1% of your energy for something that will always feed Tinnitus and potentially mess with the Hunter's head if they ever go into that area. I think that's a very worthwhile trade-off. We do see the Control Freak speed boost here from Alf once again. In the incoming buffs, we will see that be in a 10-second cooldown instead of a 15-second cooldown here. We do warp on top of Nyan the Seer here. This is actually best case scenario here for Alf because Nyan does not have borrowed time. We'll be getting a chip down here. Every single person here is chipped. And Alf is able to pressure down these last two ciphers. Where is the third cipher? Third cipher remaining is, don't tell me it's behind restaurant. I think it is actually. Yeah, Alf is in a position to kind of pressure down these last three ciphers here, which is really good for him. We'll get a chip onto the Mercenary here. Yeah, it's behind restaurant. Wow, their ciphers are very close together. Alpha is in a really good position here, actually. He is in a very good position. Very good position here. They are going to take a long time to heal up here. Weeping Clown still has one rocket, but they're just going to kind of rotate because, again, they have to use Bonbon's biggest weakness against him, and that is his lack of speed. And if Alf commits too far for this Weeping Clown, I don't think Weeping should use the rocket here. If he commits too far for this Clown, he's going to be away from the ciphers, and that's exactly what they want. Yep, exactly. Yep, he dragged them all the way away, and now he has to walk all the way back after they've already healed as well. So AXIZ is literally just going to play the extremely long game here. Looks like Mono P will leave off to the left. Weeping Clown and Meteor and the Merc can heal up. If they really wanted to, they can go heal up, while the Seer will pressure down the Cypher. This is going to be a long game. It looks like AXIZ does not want to have to deal with this Bonbon as much as possible. They actually are going to prioritize the Cyphers here now. Let's see how close Nyan is to getting an owl. Not even close at all. In fact, Nyan will be going down here, actually. This is very dangerous for the side of AXIZ because, again, Nyan does not have borrowed. No borrowed and not even close to an owl, dude. I think they farmed up 10% of an owl. And against something like an Alf Bonbon, that's not good enough, dude. They really want to get this draw, but will they go in for the rescue here? Let's see. They will not go for the rescue. They will probably feed to Nidus with this Mercenary. No, they won't. The Merc is right there. Looks like they're not going to go for the rescue. Merc will just do that. I think Alf probably has the game sense to know what their plan is here. That, of course, having the Mercenary actually go for the rescue? No way. No, he won't. He won't go for the rescue, right? If he uses a pad, he'll warp. Yeah, he forced out his last pad. That was smart. So now Merc's only shot is to kite for dungeon. That's it. What? 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 Huh? That hits? I know he like somewhat walked back towards him, but even then, look at the... I can't believe that, dude. I can't believe that. I know he walked a little bit more toward the right, but even then, dude, I can't believe that hits. I cannot believe that hits. Alpha is just gonna have to play it a little bit safe. Looking here, does have Tinnitus, doesn't want to make sure he gives any sort of, oh my gosh. Otto. Oh! No! He didn't get the... Oh no, they got 4K'd. They got 4K'd. They needed to go for that because if Alf 4Ks, I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah, that's it. They have no way of winning now. That's it. RC wins. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think RC wins. I think they'll still play for points, but I'm pretty sure RC has won. Wow. That's kind of crazy, actually. Wow. Yep, okay, so it looks like RC has won the set guaranteed, but they will play things out here for points, just to see for like later positionings and whatnot, you know? Because they already have a round win, they already have a draw, so even if Kakaka were to 4K here, it still would not be enough since they will lose the set due to points. So, best case scenario, Kakaka 4Ks here. They actually are banning the clown, which is pretty interesting. And we're not going to see the spider pick from Kakaka. Interestingly enough, Kakaka loves that spider, especially on a map like Chinatown where spider tends to be pretty good. Not going to pick the Soul Weaver. It's fun that we're also seeing a lot of Meteorologists being played in IGL as well, because I feel like she hasn't been played in IGL nearly as much as she has been in IVL. But, I mean, if you're seeing the top two teams in Japan, you know, the two undefeated teams, you know, up until this point, the two undefeated teams playing a lot of Meteorologists, like, you gotta know that she is a very solid character. Now, let's see. Will Kakaka be able to get the 4K? That is the big question of the day. We're going to see Bar Time Knee Jerk on the Lawyer and Psych, Flywheel Tide on the Meteor, Tide borrowed on this Officer, with a Detention Inso Warp and Insolence Warp, and not as common, but it does kind of make sense on a map like Chinatown, especially since Kakaka wants to make up for Anne's relatively mediocre early game in tournaments, at least, especially with that Lawyer. That Lawyer can definitely be very annoying with his rotation capabilities here. We are gonna... But why? But why? But why? Okay. I'm guessing that is a high level thing to do that only works to like counter rotation, but with that window not being there, is this just like a I'm like 300 steps ahead of you kind of play? Because it looks like Kakaka, but then you just end up chasing Hotel. I don't understand. I can understand why that could be such a potentially interesting play, but at the same time, the Lawyer saw it. That's the thing. The Lawyer saw you break that wall. He saw you going back and forth between that, and he's just like, okay, you broke that, I just won't route over there. We do see the Control Freak speed bonus here. Not going to be enough, though. You will see Kakaka jump all the way up here. This rotation is just so long, bro. The kite has started basically now, a minute into the game. And the Cyphers already have so much progress on them, I must say. Now, of course, there is the Insolence, but there is no trump card. So, I mean, Ands do love warp, and that's kind of all they really need, to be completely honest with you, but, I don't know, it's just something that needs to be said. Now, let's see here. Will we see a warp upstairs here from Kakaka? I wonder if we will. Rally should wait to drop down. Nope, looks like they did not. Still no warp being used here from Kakaka. Will we see the warp here now? Nope, no warp. Now we'll warp. Now we'll warp. Good warp here. Very good warp from Kakaka. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be a 3 Cypher kite plus rotation there. Very well played here. Very, very well played. Once again, RC really likes Lawyer. I should mention this as well. RC is very, very famous for using Lawyer. They absolutely love using Lawyer in their matches. Especially, I mean, Lawyer was used a lot back in like Koa 7 days because he just was so strong. And then he got nerfed a little bit and just wasn't as good. And also there are just better characters now, which needs to be said. Well played for the Meteorologist, actually. Just kind of hovering above and getting a chair hit too. Wow. And Rowley will just actually hit the Meteorologist here because Lawyer will be stuck here, stuck for so very long, and will take the hit and will go down there as well. That was really smart though. Meteorologist mains, take note what you can do against the and there. It's very, very smart. Again, just once again, another reason why Meteorologist being played as a rescue, it just sees so much success in both tourney and rank, dude. She's just so good at rescuing because she can just kind of fly above things and wind blast post rescue. It's really, really nice, dude. It's really, really nice. And you kind of just have to realize which attack is better for which scenario. I mean, obviously in the past she used to be able to wind blast, and that was just pretty much her answer to everything, but they nerfed that, so she can't really do that much anymore. Officer will actually take this cat here. And we do see some interesting strategies being played. Another chair hit! Oh, that's really not good for Kakaka in this situation, dude, especially when you want to 4K for as much points as possible. Yeah, in this position, I don't think this is enough for a 4. Oh, nice. Very good. We're going to have to see another jump here. That will be enough. It will hit the Lawyer down. Now, let's see. City will stand in the way. But then you just have to use the cats. Yep. Oh, what the? What? Really? I'm actually surprised that Kakaka was able to pick up through that. That's quite interesting. All right, well, we do get the pop here. But again, it doesn't matter because the set's over. I mean, the set is literally just over. We're just playing for points here now. Kakaka will try to just go for this draw here, which will manage to get a few points here. I mean, Ada is kind of just cooked here. There's really nothing that Ada can do. Yeah, I mean, you're an Ada. Like, there's literally nothing you can do. You have no items. You're just... Oh. Walking into his own cross. How funny is that? Hey, look. Look, it's that window you broke. Remember that thing? Remember that thing you wasted freaking 10 seconds breaking? Wow. I remember that. I still don't know how you did that. I really don't. I could see that being helpful, like, in a niche setting, but, like, especially against a Lawyer, why do that when he can see you do that? He's just not gonna route over there. I just don't understand. It just doesn't make sense to me. Unless there was, like, a specific plan that Kakaka was expecting, that literally made no sense to me. I mean, you have warp, bro. Like, if you see him vault that, just warp. I don't know, bro. I don't understand what the point of that was, but sure. It ends up in RC's win regardless, so yeah. Well played to Team RC, staying undefeated in IJL so far. Let's see how long it will last. Now for our second set of the day, we're going to be watching two teams as well that also have the same results here. We're going to be watching QTD, the very new team coming out here into IJL, versus Scars, a longtime team in IJL. They are both 1-4. They have both won a single set and lost 4 of them. Now, I must say, both Scars and QTD are very strong in their own rights. Just seems like they're struggling a little bit here. And QTD is also very, very new to the scene. But I will say, QTD is very strong. Despite being a new team, they are still taking a lot of teams to round 3 and putting up one heck of a fight, dude. They should not be underestimated at all. And I'm very, very impressed with how they've been performing in this tournament. And I also really like their playstyle. They have a heavy support and really good teamwork with their survivors. But let's see how they do here in this set. We are going to see a weird spawn setup here. I mean, Goatman spawns have started to become a lot weirder. And this is a pretty solid Goatman team. We've got the Knight, Gunner, Puppet, and Perfumer. Pretty tanky team, all things considered. And the Knight is there specifically for the Goatman counter. We're also going to be seeing interesting build setup here. Borrowed Flywheel from the Knight and the Gardener. A Flywheel Tide on the Perfumer, and then a simple Borrowed Tide on the Puppeteer. So I was not expecting Flywheel on that Knight, but it does actually kind of make sense. We'll be chasing down this Perfumer first, which is quite good for Team Scars here, for Burrito here, simply because she has one of the Tide Turners, and this will eat up one of them here. We are also going to be seeing Detention, Trump Card, and Peepers on this map. Peepers on this map is interesting. I was not really expecting that. We are going to see this cage being set up here. I'm pretty sure this is a very solid cage, because I want to say it's a black cage. I know it's not. I guess that wasn't a black cage. Interesting. So, Burrito did use up 2 cages there. That was 80 energy. We're not going to break the pallet. We are going to break the pallet. I don't know why he's spent so long breaking the pallet. I guess now the transition will come here. Perfumer will have Flywheel and Perfume to make distance. That's 1. And if he wins the mind game, he does not win the mind game. This will be another cage kited out here from Mime or Mime, I forget. I really like this player though because they've played Entomologist before, and I'm biased. So yeah, we'll see the Perfume again here once again just for straight distance, and the Peeper's not really doing that much, I will say. A little greedy there from the Perfumer. Probably actually did not need to go back with the Perfume. But that's a very long initial first kite here. Ciphers are done 70 and 70, which is very solid. Knight does have a wanted order, which is actually quite good for this team because the Lewis, the Puppeteer here, wants to come in for this first rescue. Looking at the heart rates, all the survivors here are actually pretty chill. QTD seems pretty chill in this match so far, but Burrito, not chill in the slightest. I mean, look at that, 150 BPM. That is a little scary there. We're going to see the cage being set up once more. And with the Tide Puppeteer, he definitely wants to try to get a hit on him here, but does not manage to get it in time, so we'll be just going for the Perfumer there instead. Would have been really good to get a hit on the Puppeteer there because he would have been left at 0.75 health, and he would not be able to use any more Lewis's, but now he'll be able to use 2 more Lewis's, which is going to be very, very annoying for Burrito in the late game here, potentially. Now we're going to be seeing probably the Knight Sterling. Yeah, Knight Sterling is here, position it for the next rest. He gets wanted order here once more. But Knight is so close, he can actually deal with it, especially with his helmets here. Let's see how Ricky comes in here for this rescue. Ricky goes for ability. I don't know why he went for ability. Oh, I guess he was expecting Burrito to go for a backstep. I think a lot of hunters would have backstepped there. But I think it's just safer to go for attack. I don't know. The thing is, even if he goes for the backstep, he can't do 2 of them, right? He'll have to, yeah, I don't know. You just, like, the second you see the Goatman go for a cage, you just attack, like, every time. I don't know. That's the way I see it. I feel like attack is just too good. And now if he's like on top, you could like ability or something, maybe ability, but like, I don't know, bro. I feel like attack is always just way better versus Goat. And if he does use up a cage, okay, he used up another cage. Like, it's worth it, you know? It's just he had to use up another cage to kill you. Cypher's looking very good. Pretty much the last 2 at 70%. We'll be chasing this Puppeteer. Again, this is going to be very annoying. Not getting that earlier hit on the Puppeteer is really hurting him now because the Puppeteer would have been dead now had he got that earlier hit. And that would have forced in a rescue from the Garden, which means the Knight, with the decoding debuff, wouldn't need to finish up the last 2 Ciphers. But now, looks like we're taking some time to... What are we doing? Are we healing? What are we doing with the... Are they healing? Oh, they're working on a... What? They're starting a new Cipher? Okay. Interesting. I mean, Puppeteer's trying to buy as much time as possible. Tries to get off the cage, but does not get it in time. Gardner is here for the rescue. Not really sure what's going on with QTD's Cypher Rush here. I do know that this Cypher right here is at 70, but... Yeah, I don't know. This is interesting. I don't know what other Cypher they have at 70. Oh, they're all on this side of the map. Okay, I see. We do see Christmas Gardener as well. Interesting. There's the Lewis being used. Gonna be trying to chase this Holly Jolly Gardener. Not gonna be able to get the hit here. Puppeteer should be going down here. He does hit the Lewis. Oh my goodness, Burrito. A little too impatient there, I must say. Yeah, a little impatient. We'll try to die all the way in this corner. There is no energy ready. We're probably gonna have to mind game around this one pallet that we have back here. Let's see. No, we're just gonna instantly drop it, actually. Interesting. Okay, there's the cage being used. Puppeteer will just try to break it, die all the way in the corner. Yeah, don't even want to mind game with that because you want to die as far away from that chair as possible. Gardner will pop first. That way the Knight can, you know, get ready. And Gardner should go in for the second rescue. There is no base in here, which is very nice. Everybody has borrowed time. All right, this is good. This is good for QTD. Garden needs to make her way on in here. It's time to go for bubble. Bubble, bubble, bubble. Nope, we're gonna wait. Now that he's breaking the pallet, he figured I might as well break the pallet since Garden's gonna bubble, but then she counterplayed that by not bubbling. And, are we gonna save the bubble or are we gonna use the bubble? I think we just rescue now. She probably wants to eat a hit so Puppeteer can eat a hit later. Okay, hits the Gardener. Pop. Pop. They're not gonna pop. They wanna wait? Now they pop. They definitely want Puppeteer to be able to eat a detention hit, that's for sure. There it is. Okay, he eats the detention hit. And he could technically eat another one if he gets an Undaunted here. But it's just to buy as much time as possible. He needs to buy just a little bit more time. He does get positioned all the way out over here. Nice Undaunted there from Emu. Very good Undaunted, but died off in the corner here once more. Burrito will be chaired here, and it looks like the Gardener, with a somewhat primed bubble, is positioned here at the dungeon. I don't know if Burrito knows that, but even if he does, the Gardener will have a bubble, and that should be enough. That should be enough, because there's no way he can go all the way. Oh, he just warps to a random corner. Okay, never mind. He has no idea where the Gardener is. Yeah, he has no idea. And she will get out the dungeon. So that is going to be a draw. A very solid draw to start things off with there. Again, if he hit the Puppeteer earlier, that would have been a completely different game though, 100%. Next up are the Scar survivors here in round 1, second half, along with the QTD hunter Itohasu. Once again, QTD has 3 hunters, pretty interesting. I don't know why they have 3 hunters, but they're the only team I've ever seen that has 3 hunters and 4 survivors. So they have no survivor subs and 2 hunter subs. Usually in most teams, it is, you know, you have 2 hunters and 5 survivors. At worst, you have 1 hunter and 6 survivors. Most of the time, though, it's usually balanced best with 5 survivors and 2 hunters, so that you can have, you know, 1 sub hunter and 1 sub survivor. But QTD not really looking like that type of team. Now we are going to see a Gardener again, but this time with a mechanic, forward, and psychologist. A very aggressive team here. They're going to get these ciphers done very, very fast, and the forward could also do some really fun harassment in this game. Force out quite a few extra cages that might not really want to be forced out here from Itohasu. Interesting spawns here as well. I can't help but wonder if the forward and the mechanic are spawning next to each other simply so that while the forward is buying time with harassment, he can... the mechanic can continue working with her bot potentially. That might be the goal that we'll see here, because Goatman's going to have to waste a lot of energy to down mechanic plus forward, because mech, obviously, it's going to take 2 cages to down, potentially 4 if you have to hit her bot twice, if you want to respect the bot. And then with the forward harassment, you're going to have to deal with the forward as well, and if you don't hit the bot because it wastes too much time, you're going to have to waste cages on the forward, but then the bot will be out there to cipher us, so it's like, it's going to be pretty tough to deal with. That is, of course, if you are not bringing excitement, but Itohasu is, and that actually is going to work out for him quite well in this match, it seems. We do see detention trump card excitement from this Goatman, while we are going to be seeing borrowed time flywheel on the mechanic and psychologist, the tied flywheel on the forward, and then the tied borrowed on the Gardener. So double tied here, and this time not going to be chasing the mechanic and the forward. Itohasu, even though he has excitement, just does not want to deal with the combination that is mechanic and forward. It is just, it's such a scary, scary team comp. I mean, it's traumatized hunters since the day they started playing IDV. I mean, forward and mechanic have been 2 very strong survivors in the past, and even though they've seen their ups and downs throughout the meta, they are currently 2 very strong characters in the meta right now. So just needs to be said that you know, despite their ups and downs in the meta, they are quite good at the moment. That's 2 cages forced out from the psychologist here. He's going to be camping this last pallet here. Going to be giving another hit to this Goatman, actually. Tadako is kind of losing every mind game, which is not really great here. We're going to see maybe a flywheel here. We finally do win a mind game. No. Oh, good. Wow, that was really good cage positioning there from Itohasu. And yeah, Tadako kind of going down relatively quick there. But then again, you are a psychologist. Just didn't really get to win any mind games there, except for one that didn't really matter. Again, Goatman, you kind of have to win like mind game after mind game after mind game, which is just, it's a lot, dude. You have to win so many mind games. But then again, you could argue that the Goatman also has to win the mind games too. But obviously, because he's just the best hunter in the game right now, he's a lot more, he has the advantage in those situations. We are going to try to see the Gardener maybe try to, you know, get a little bit of a bubble there, but not going to be able to get it just enough. And we're going to be farming off the Psychologist here. Psych will eat the hit and will die. Oh, near the the forward. Okay, the forward. Issue is he has excitement. Do they know? Do they know? Do they expect it? It looks like they don't. Hasu's looking for that forward. We do see the stun. That will be the chip. Again, not the biggest punish in the world, but getting the trade out at the cost of like 15% ball is 100% worth it, if you ask me. So I think that is completely fine for this forward. The thing is, he just has to not get chipped here post-rescue. He's going to probably have to ball all the way to the chair. I don't think he's going to get this rescue, actually. This should be a stuffed rescue, unless he flywheels perfectly. Oh, he barely makes it, actually. Barely makes that rescue. Whew. That was very, very close. Cyphers, despite the mechanic existing, are pretty slow. Yeah, I mean, the bot's working on first up. It's moving pretty slow. Forward's just trying to be a wall for this Psychologist here for as long as possible. Ada should be going down here. Ito Hasu with these really good cage positionings. Cannot get it. Gets the cage down. That's one cage kited here. Very, very good. Very, very good. And with the speed boost, we will try to bet the cage. Good mind game here. Oh, what the heck? Why did Tadako bounce out so far? Huh? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Tadako won so many mind games. That rebound actually got them back into the game. The forward might be able to... Yeah, the forward's going to self-pickup. That bought enough time for the forward to self-pickup. That's just really bad for Ito Hasu now. Doesn't know where this forward is, actually. No, now it knows where the forward is. Let's see, gonna lock off the forward here. And that's gonna be enough. Yeah, but it does burn out one cage, which is really not good. Just by the forward's pure existence alone, you have to use the cage there. But that rebound there from the Psychologist was so incredible that it actually got them back into this game. Now, he does have the TP ready. The question is, will he TP onto the last Cypher? I don't think so. Mechanic is decoding it, but very, very, very slowly. And yeah, he doesn't want to TP to it because he doesn't know exactly what it's at. And if you TP to it and you hit the Mechanic and she pops it, it's just going to be really, really bad here. Let's see. Will he swap to abnormal? He's going to hit the bot. Will she pop? Nope. He can't abnormal. Yeah, Mech will be able to react to it. He's just going to wait for energy. He's just going to wait for energy. He's going to wait for max energy. He's gonna have to pop it eventually, but he's gonna wait for the maximum amount of energy possible. Let's see. He might cage and then also wait a little bit too. He might cage and then wait. Hit. Oh, he just. Oh, okay. Interesting. Actually, he won't even cage. He's just gonna go for a little smack. That's fine. Mech only has the flower to work with here. There's the flywheel, the vault. She's buying a lot of time here. Ooh, down she goes. If he teleports, guess what? Forward can stun him. Yeah, Gardner has well when forward can stun him. That is going to be the draw. Another draw, bro. Another draw for these teams. Moving on to round 2, we're going to be seeing Arms Factory as the map here. And Scars is actually banning out Kotami's Dream Witch. Now, we do know that QTD has 2 very strong, prominent Dream Witches on their team, which is why they're just going for the respect ban of the Dream Witch. But we will be seeing Hullabaloo coming out here from Kotami. So you ban out the Witch, you get the meta. And it's Gardner again, actually. Emma Woods, star of the day, it seems, from this set. Coordinator, Acrobat, Mike Gaming, and, Officer there as well. Ah, we might actually be seeing some Mike v Mike with this spawn setup here. Unless Kotami decides to chase Sora the Cordy, there is a chance there. But I kind of want to see the Mike versus Mike battle. I still find it funny that Acrobat is, he gets the best of both worlds. As a hunter, he was the best hunter in the game. Not any longer, but was the best hunter in the game. And some people will still consider him to be the best survivor in the game. I am not one of those people, but I think he's top 5. He's definitely top 5, without a doubt. He is top 5 no matter what. He's just so good, especially in a rank. In a rank setting, I could definitely see him being top 5. Oh, smacking that Hulla real quick. But in tournament, I don't think so. But in rank, I definitely see the argument for him being top 5. Or sorry, being the number one. I don't agree personally. I think he's still top 5 though. I think with, you know, other characters being in contender, you know, you still gotta think about stuff like Mercenary and First Officer that are just so consistently good as well. Stuff like that. We're gonna see, yeah, it's gonna be the coordinator chase here first. Pew Pew, gonna shoot right there. I wonder why we shot right, I guess we shot right there because Koutami has nowhere to dodge. And if there's gonna be excitement, you might as well just, you know, force it. But I don't know, I feel like that was definitely a little bit of an early use of the gun. Or it was early, but to the point where I think Koutami would have had... Oh, no, wait, did he drop a peeper already? Oh my gosh, he already dropped a peeper. I'm stupid. Never mind. It's because he already dropped the peeper, I'm pretty sure. That's why. Never mind, I'm stupid. Take back everything I said. Do not vault that. You will double color and die. Yeah, unfortunately, Soar could not flywheel there due to the fact that they were stuck inside the red color there for a second here. Let's see. There's the flywheel. Well played from this coordinator. Very good reaction there. We are going to be seeing 3 ciphers, then we have to mind game around this palette here. Not the best palette to use. What the heck? Okay. This looks like it's going to be a 3 cipher kite. Oh my goodness, Soar looping around this Hullabaloo like crazy. 3 ciphers pop. We do see Wanted on that Acrobat, so it looks like the officer will have to come in here for this first rescue here. But then again, it's a coordinator on the chair. Our chair time is very, very long. Acro, he's gonna break the peeper actually. I think he wants to work on mid-cipher, huh? So he's gonna break the peeper here. Officer will start pressuring the rescue here. I mean, this is all going according to Scars' plan. Although the officer does not use another tuning of his watch, which I find to be very interesting, which is going to lead to him getting double downed. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that one from Tadako. That was actually probably a misplay there. Definitely, you do not want to rescue like that with Officer. You want to make sure you have the tuning to escape with. So I don't really know what that was all about. I don't know if they missed position, maybe mistimed it. I don't know if they were in red. I'll have to go back and take a look at the footage. But, you know, regardless of what happened, it's not ideal to be in that situation. Now, with the officer being down, this actually isn't the worst thing in the world because the Acrobat can get a cheeky rescue here without having to deal with Wanted order. But the second the officer picks up, we will see sights on the Acrobat. But at the same time, it's also at the cost of the decoding here. We will see a firebomb being used. That is very, very good. Did actually get Wanted order on the officer here. And let's see. That firebomb is so very important here for this Acrobat to use, just because, you know, he didn't have to deal with the clones coming in. And the coordinator will go down here. It should not be enough for them to pop, I believe. There's just no possible way. Even if they heal stalled, I don't know if there's a possible way. It looks like they're just going to try to die out in a corner here. Yeah. Well, they were close. They were close. If Officer didn't double down, I think they would have had it, actually. I'm pretty sure the Acrobat could have got the rescue regardless of the Wanted order. So we'll cheer out here. We are 1 peeper away from being ready to use our trait here. So we do have to wait just a little bit longer. We do have a couple of jumps. Not really the best position here for Koutami though. GNK, this Gardener, is actually chilling right here, getting spotted out by this Hullabaloo. Looks like they're gonna ready up for a dungeon escape actually. Not gonna even go inside the pallet there. Gonna go nice dodge here. That's both clones dodged. And there is the dungeon escape. Wow, that was actually way easier than I thought it would be. She kind of just walked right out, made sure to dodge both clones, and that was it. Well played, well played. So now QTD needs to match. They need to get a 3 escape here in round 2, second half. They are banning out the Ivy because they don't want to deal with it. Thank goodness, because I don't want to watch an Ivy either. And Yuri is out here now. They have swapped to Yuri instead of Burio, and yeah, it will be the Hulla. Okay, 2 Hullas it seems. This time we're seeing some very standard spawns here. This is the standard rank spawns that you would see. I mean, this honestly just feels like a ranked team and a ranked spawn, honestly. I mean, it's very good for tourney as well, but you know, you have 2 really solid kiters with Anti and Acro. You have Coordinator who can, you know, be a pseudo rescue. You have Anti who can ras. You have Officer who's just consistent rescuer who can also speed up decoding with his watches. Like, this is just a solid team. Yuri putting a lot of respect on this team as well, bringing that excitement. You know, for the Anti and the Cordy. We're gonna see a borrowed tide build from the officer, borrowed flywheel on the anti-cordy, and then flywheel tide from the acrobat here with a standard trump inso excitement here. So pretty standard builds across the board here. I mean, Acro obviously has flywheel to deal with any sort of Hullabaloo situation there. I mean, flywheel's very good in this meta. And it looks like they actually were expecting the Hullabaloo here. They weren't expecting something like a Sangria, because if they were expecting a Sangria, they would have had some broken windows or something, but they were definitely expecting the Hulla. Flywheel definitely way better against Hulla than a regular knee-jerk here. So, gonna be chasing Chi-Shi here first. Gonna be going for a jump right there as well. Probably just trying to delay the clone as long as possible. Let's see. Ooh, that's gonna be a very early hit, though. Trying to mind game with the antiquarian and the flutes and whatnot, but actually, unfortunately, not really winning it there in the end. And with an excitement ready, this might not be a very long kite from Miss Chi-Chi here. I don't know. Zeez, what will you be able to do here? Missing the clone. Oh, and gonna go down there. Did not even need the excitement. That is not good there. That is really not the best here from Zeez. But looking at the ciphers, these really aren't that bad. Apologies for the squeaky chair, but this really isn't that bad of ciphers. It's just the fact that there is a lot of flute being used up from this anti, and the excitement, it's up and ready. Looks like Akra will be getting the first rescue here. We'll jump around that firebomb. Let's see here. That's a double color onto the acrobat. Not gonna even go for a double. Not gonna go for a hit onto the acrobat, which is interesting. I mean, he does have flywheel, so he probably could avoid it, but even then, didn't even make an attempt, which I find to be a little interesting here from Yodi. I guess maybe the down they think is quick enough. We are going to see the clone being used. No jump and no flywheel from Zeez. I guess they were in red a little bit there, but I feel like maybe beforehand they could have jumped or flywheeled or something. I don't know. I feel like Zeez maybe is just a little bit nervous. Actually, no, their heart rate is 89. QTD is a very chill team. In fact, both this entire match is chill. Nobody above 100 BPM, which is kind of crazy. The entire team seems very chill, which is not what I was expecting, honestly. I feel like there'd maybe be some, some nerves coming out from these guys, but I don't know. Not too many nerves today, it seems. Officer buying a lot of time here for this rescue. Gets the hit on the officer. So you get the hit on the officer who is invisible, but you can't get the hit on the freaking acrobat who's just completely visible. I don't know, bro. So yeah, Zeez will not be able to use the rest of their flute, even though they had 2 flute usages remaining. We're not going to be able to use any of it. We're probably just going to flute and then jump and die in a corner or something here, I'm guessing. Didn't even get to use the jump. Wow, I would have actually personally jumped to get a little bit further away, but that's fine. Ciphers are still looking very good. Even though that wasn't the greatest kite of all time, I mean, obviously nobody can perform at their best at all times. Quite a few mistakes from Zeez there. It doesn't really matter because these ciphers are very good. I'm going to be chasing the acrobat here next, which is pretty good for Yodi here because this acrobat does not have borrowed time. So with this being the late game chase here, oh, what the heck? That is a big jump. Okay. Yo, they're both jumping, bro. Acro is jumping, Hulla is jumping. I'm sorry, trapezing, and I actually don't know what the official name of Acrobat Bomb is. I think it's just called Bomb. I know it's called Bomb, but I don't know if there's like a specific name for it. I don't think it's called Trapeze. Unless it is, and I'm just really stupid. Watch for the double color. There's a double color. You can't vault anything because you get Terror Shock. You just have to respect it. And everything's on cooldown here. But that will be the window hit that Yodi needs here. So yeah, once again, the lack of borrowed time could really hurt here. Coordinator can come in for the rescue, but thing is, Yodi has not shown his hand yet. He still has that excitement play. If Coordinator shoots, he could excitement, but at the same time, he'll have no trait for endgame. So it's kind of 50-50 if he actually wants to use the excitement here. He could actually use the excitement at endgame, down the Coordinator with it, and then go for the acrobat here. There could be that play. We might see, yep, there's the excitement being used here. And we'll try to down the acrobat. We'll chair the acrobat here and then go straight for that Coordinator here. Gonna chair the acrobat far away from the gate. What are you doing? Why are you chairing him so far from the gate? You had 3K potential. Hello? I feel like you would just chair him and then you just commit to killing the Coordinator. Hello? I think it's just because Yodi was maybe playing it safe. Was a little too scared of a potential 3 escape since Judgment was right there and no detention, obviously, but I don't know, bro. I personally would have tried to get 3K there. I don't know. Moving on to round 3, the map is Red Church, and we're going to be seeing Dancer, Enchantress, Norton, and Grave. This is a interesting team. You got you got Harasser with Norton. You got potential Harasser with Patty. The Dancer can be very annoying with her support, and then a Gravekeeper stand and rescue. Yuri gonna be rocking this Ann here. Actually banning out forward and batter. Why are we so scared of the harassment? I don't know. Maybe it's because QTD really likes their harassers. Like I said, QTD is they do like their support and their teamwork. So it looks like that's why we're playing this, you know, kind of harassy team comp. I will say though, playing Ann into this comp, I really do not agree with, because Prospector counters you, Gravekeeper counters you. I think Enchantress is actually low-key decent versus Ann, not great, but like decent. And then Dancer, I think it's pretty 50-50 Dancer versus Ann. I've seen Dancers die in 20 seconds to Ann. I've seen Dancers 3 Cypher Kite Ann. It really just depends on positioning of the boxes, where you are, etc. And lots of flywheels here as well. I don't really know what they're expecting from Yuri, but it was definitely not an Ann because they have a lot of flywheels. But then again, even with all these flywheels, they have tools with their items. So their builds might not be the best versus this Ann, but their items definitely are, that is for sure. I'm gonna be going straight for that female Dancer here. Did Dancer kind of rotate? No, where did she go? She went inside Church? The Dancer is inside Church, she's just hiding, okay. Looks like they're gonna be chasing the Prospector here instead. Once again, Prospector, not really the best chase for an Ann. He's gonna look down to get that Hunter's Instinct speed boost here. I really wanna see the route here from Zeez. Zeez taking first kite here once more. Gonna be going inside Church, gonna throw a very early magnet here. Looks like Yuri's gonna try to force out the magnet. We will get the stun right here, and there's a box waiting for this Norton, actually. Gonna give him a lot of distance here to work with. Looping this one area, we will seal off here. There is no confine with the fast box. Yep, that's gonna be enough for a loop, actually. Once again, this is a really well-positioned fast box. Is this an infinite loop? No way. Wait, but the blink though? Oh, but you can't. It's too risky because dude, this box is killing Yuri, bro. This box is killing Yuri. We're going into the box. Oh, flywheel lineup, flywheel, beautiful flywheel lineup. Oh my gosh, this box is hurting Yuri so much. That fast box actually killed him, dude. Norton was able to loop twice because of that gosh darn thing. And Enchantress was able to ready up a flywheel. And look at that, what a beautiful stun. That's why I said it's like Enchantress can be pretty good versus Ann, because if you stun to cancel her catch, but will go for the blink terror shock. Oh, that's the only thing that's getting Ann back into this game. That blink was actually so well played. If she had warp, she could not have managed something like that. If she had warp, that would have been the game. But getting down with the blink terror shock, that is just why blink is so good. Yeah, I still can't believe how good that fast box was, though. That fast box literally just killed her, bro. Literally, just by dropping a single box, the Ann got worked, bro. She got absolutely worked. That's why I'm just telling you, Dancer's so broken, bro. I'm telling you, this character will always be like a solid A tier. She will never not be A tier. She's just so good. We are seeing now, this is interesting. The Gravekeeper coming into the rescue. Okay, wait, what? Oh, he does manage to get the rescue, though. But will be eating a hit. This will be a double down here. And canceling the cats. She's not, yo, Ann's such a scam, bro. She's totally in that palette. Come on now. That is such a scam. Stalling. ZZ, good stall, but a minimized stun. We'll be switching targets here to the Prospector. No, we'll be going to the Gravekeeper instead, giving up on the Enchantress, going for the Gravekeeper instead. This is a 50-50 play. Looks like QTD is a lot more nervous this time. Look at the Dancers! Heart rate. You're not even getting chased, but you're so nervous. You guys were so chill last match, and now you guys, the nerves are going crazy. What's going on here? Prospector has no magnet here, but we do have a flywheel ready. Let's see. Flywheel here. Eat the cat. Bonk. Oh, no. Oh, it's okay. He got double stunned, so it's fine. Gravekeeper gonna eat that hit. And then we see another magnet being used here from ZZ. Can we see a minimized stun? Minimizes that stun, but the cats are not really in the best of positions, but that's why we have the cross set ready up here. There's the cross. He should be able to move in time while he tried to get inside the shovel. He does manage to get inside the shovel, which means he can get into position to potentially get inside the slow box here, which could really, really hurt. The ciphers are quite slow though. 85, 85, 50. They're actually not as bad as I thought. There is no harassment here, potential from the prospector. Looks like Cheese is gonna try to wait in this area over here for as long as possible. Will die inside this area. It will be a window hit, but Annie needs to come all the way around while this prospector is gonna be threatening a magnet that he doesn't even have. Okay. We also do see a blink ready up here soon, which means we could be seeing a potential blink from this Anne. But we need to see this dancer coming for this rescue here. She's going to probably finish up the cipher while Praxter's constantly feeding Tinnitus here. Here is the, like, speak of the devil, the dancer is here. This dancer will arrive. And jumps toward the prospector. Prospector will be going down. This will lead to a delayed rescue onto the dancer here. One hit. Here comes the cat. She'll eat the cat and take it away from the Gravekeeper while the cipher is indeed primed. They all do have borrowed, and with how slow it is, we are just gonna barely make our way toward this Gravekeeper. Again, he has nothing to kite with, but this is looking like a potential draw. Or is he lagging? Oh my gosh, why was he moving so slow? Yeah, Grave needs to just last as long as possible during this end game here. He needs to last as long as possible. But against an Anne, it's going to be hard. He's not even going to bother trying to last. He's just going to die out in the corner here. Just try to make it as long a chair as possible. Realizes, I can't kite, let me die in a corner. That should be enough. The dancer is going to be dropping slow boxes and probably fast boxes here as well. They all do have flywheel ready up. The prospector can throw a magnet if the Anne teleports. It looks like there will be a teleport in time. We will see the stun. We will see the magnet, a huge magnet being used, and they walk right out scot-free unless, but the flywheel, and there it is. They get out. Oh, QTD. Managing a 3 escape here in round 3. That was actually so well played from them. So well played. Oh man, the support, that was just, oh, that was so good. QTD. I'm very impressed, dude. I am very impressed with their plays here. And now we see Mitake out here. So they have swapped hunters, I believe, 3 times on QTD for round 3 here. Banning out the Dream Witch again because they do have 2 specialist Dream Witches on their team. So Ivy is available to play. We could see an Ivy here. We're gonna see Finn, Prospector, Acro, and Merc. So this is, Bonathan. Oh, wait, no, you just wait. QTD wins. Well, maybe. I mean, Bonbon has he has the lowest draw rate, or lowest loss rate, I believe, in rank currently. I don't know if that's the case for tourney, but from what we've seen, Bonbons have been performing very well in tourney. However, there is the issue of the harassment and the potential support with the Finn. We have really yet to see much support and harassment against a Bonbon. It's very hard to, I believe, in the current meta, just because he has so many projectiles, but we might see it in this match. Doesn't even say that none of these characters here are ideal chases for this Bonathan either. I mean, Finn's gonna work you at just so much distance. Prospector can stun you. Prospector's probably the best chase here, actually. And then the Acrobat, well, he does have Tide Turner. So that is something. Looks like the Bonathan will actually be trying to make his way toward this Prospector, trying to probably predict a rotation here or something. Interesting movements here, trying to hide which way he's coming from just a little bit here. Although no Prospector to be seen. He's gonna actually hide at the window here. Very interesting. He's looking around, trying to find him, doesn't see him. This is actually the Nymph Awards Norton, so that's pretty cool to see. The Nort out here. We'll be chasing the Finn. Okay. Well, if you want to get 3 escape, that's a good idea. You know, chasing the Finn. Let's see here. Prospector will be leaving. Will he swap targets to the Prospector, or will he continue going after Finn? He's going to continue going after the Finn. Wow, I really don't know why he's going after Finn. Finn will probably set up a ball right here. This is a beautiful spot for a ball because look at this. Look at how good this ball is. Bonbon is forced to break it, and he gets inside Church to continue his loop. It is such a good ball, dude, because the Hunter has to break it. They are forced to break it, and Finn can get a guaranteed speed boost here. So we're going to continue moving after this Finn, keeping our Hunter's Instinct speed boost as long as possible. We do not want to switch to the Prospector because he has 2 magnets, while the Finn has no more items to use, trying to be very unpredictable in his movements here. Flywheels, that bomb set up there, I should say. Getting a good pallet stun onto this Bonbon, waiting out for a potential excitement and then vaulting the pallet. Blink is still ready here. All this Bonbon needs is 1 more chip, and then he can blink down this Finn. but the Cyphers are pretty far along. This is a very long chase. There we go. Now we just need the blink. So Finn needs to do one thing, delay the blink as long as possible. And there is the blink. Doesn't even want to play the pallet mine game, dude. Did not even want to play that gosh darn thing. Okay. Cyphers are looking pretty good, but they need the rescues to go well as well. So we could see a Norton come in here to assist the Mercenary in the rescue. There is a good chance of that. So it looks like Mitake knows of the potential that could happen and will not commit to using a ton of bombs here just yet. Not just yet. Will we see the Norton come in? We will not see the Norton come in. They want a Cypher rush. They're going to rely on the Mercenary, but the Mercenary will get terror shocked. Does manage the rescue, but does get terror shocked there, unfortunately. And this should be a double down onto the Finn because he does have the time bomb, which will, yep, guarantee that hit. Looks like we will have the Prospector, or sorry, the Finn die all the way in this corner so the Prospector can harass. However, if the Prospector messes up the harassment, Basement is here. So he cannot mess up this harassment. This is very dangerous. We're going to see the first stun right here. Will we go for a body block play? We do get the body block play, but will it lead to a lot of distance? It will potentially. We're going to see the Prospector harass for distance here. Mitake will minimize the stun, and now we'll move toward the Prospect. Oh, okay, this is risky. This is risky. You swap targets off of the Finn that's already been on the chair, but now you go into Basement. And it looks like, because again, all QTD needs is a draw. So they're going to just go into Basement, pressing the button quite a few times. But the Acrobat does have Tide Tuner. So if the Acrobat manages to get a Firebomb or a good clean rescue here, it's not going to look too good for QTD. Let's see here. It all depends on this. Oh, he got chipped. There's no way he can get this, bro. It's impossible. Yeah, there's no way. Oh my gosh, there's just no way, dude. Sheesh. He just threw every gosh darn bomb. And maybe he should have put a few more bombs inside the chair because it did accelerate the camp a little bit, but not by that much. But yeah, there's no way he doesn't draw this. They're gonna have to 3 escape here, or they're gonna have to what am I trying to say? They have to 3 escape this. Like they literally have to they have to 3 escape this to force. Or wait, no, they don't. Oh my gosh, wait a minute. If QTT draws, the set's not over. I forgot they're behind. If they draw, we're going to round 4. If they want to win, oh my gosh. Oh, I see. If QTD gets 3 escaped, they lose. But if QTD, wait, did they need to draw? I actually forgot the points. QTD will get a round win, but I don't know if that's enough for them to force round 4. Oh wow, the Acrobat goes out. Okay, Mitake's Bonathan, bro. Their bomb chains are actually pretty good, I must say. Now nobody can rescue here. Their Cyphers are still a little far behind. They're actually in position to completely lose this game, actually, which is interesting to say. We do see Mitake pressing the button 3 times to accelerate the camp, and we'll try to be cutting off Mitake, or GNK's rescue here, I should say. Let's see. Yeah, there's no way that they can get the rescue, honestly. It's just impossible. So Tadako needs to come in instead. He can always just warp back too. Downs the Finn. This is not good because the Finn's already been chaired. And Akko's after half. They do get the rescue onto the... Oh man, he's gonna press 1 bomb. 1 bomb is enough when you're on halfway at the chair. It should be enough to pretty much just cook. It should just be cooked here. Acrobat does have the Tide Turner ready. Mercenary will be working on the last Cypher here. He's got to play very carefully. He has to sneak on in here very, very sneaky. Don't get hit. That's a little too early. That's a little too early. It's too early. But he hits the chair. Wait, that could be what they needed. That could be what they needed. He hit the chair. That's so important. That's so important. Hitting the chair right there is so important for Scars. And this might be the end of QTD. Wait a minute, would they have... Wait. I'm trying to think of the scores. Did that chair hit matter? Because if he draws, is it over? They'll be in rounds, but I don't know about the points. I wasn't calculating points. I probably should have been. Acrobat is kind of stuck here. He does go down to 1 more chip. The Tie God Bonathan will be getting his tie, even though it probably should have been the win, but I don't know. Just break the pallet, bro. Come on. He's literally trapped back there. You lose nothing by breaking the pallet. I'm sorry. You literally lose nothing by breaking the... Okay, down he goes. All right. So that's going to be a draw. That's going to be the draw. So... Do they lose? I'm guessing... Okay, does Scars win? No. Okay, I guess it's overtime then. So Ever Sleeping is here for round 4. We're going to be seeing Seer, Aeroplanish forward, and Mike Gaming with a Ivy and Hermit ban. Hermit is very common to ban in round 4. Goatman, Hulla, and Ann are global ban. What will Yuri play? Opera. Oh my gosh, Opera's available. Opera the overtime character, bro. Opera the overtime character. Does need to be said though, despite 3 of these characters being pretty good against Opera, forward is not really considered to be the best. He's okay, but against a really good Opera, he kind of suffers. I mean, the thing is, he's really good at pallet spamming because he can drop pallets very fast. But again, he just can't, like, his ball, he can't really keep up with Opera. But then again, he's not the best first chase for Opera either. I'm actually kind of curious to see how this will work. Let's see here. We're going to be seeing Tide Borrowed forward and Mike Gaming, while we're seeing a Full Kite Seer and a Borrow Time Knee Jerk on the Charles, the Aeroplanis. And Yuri will not be chasing the forward first. Does mess up a dash here. We'll be chasing the Seer first, actually, interestingly enough. We're going to TP back, get a little bit of distance here onto the Seer. We should not be able to get a hit here. Have to mind game around this. Oh, Seer got stuck. That's very unfortunate for Mime. If that is how you pronounce her name. I really don't know how to pronounce her name, and I feel bad about it because I play melee, and I want to respect those who play melee, but it's fine. I think there's a guide out there that actually talks about how to pronounce every single person's name from Ivy on IJL, but I looked at it, and then I didn't look at the full thing, and plus this is QTD, so I don't know if they have the new names out here. Anyways, we do still see an Owl being ready for this Seer to use. Blink will be ready in 10 seconds. Yuri getting stuck here a little bit. We'll drop down into basement because... yeah, I don't know. Best case scenario, you drop the pallet and force out the... Ooh! Oh, did not force out the blink, but the forward is here. The Dawn! It's Dawn, bro! It's Dawn! Don't vault! Don't vault! He's too scared to vault. If he vaults, he'll get TS. I've been in this position too, forward. I've been in this position too. It sucks. Because you don't know if she has excitement or blink. Oh, he's still coming! Oh my. He really thought that would work. He really thought that would work. Dude, the Seer dropping the pallet and the Owl leaving is huge, bro. That is huge. That is absolutely huge. That is so huge. Because he couldn't get the blink out. With him not having the blink out, the forward could not harass properly. That means the Opera constantly had to respect that. And that means the forward couldn't vault that pallet because he had to respect the Opera's blink. Otherwise, he'd get terror shocked. That's really sad, actually. That's actually really sad. I cannot lie. The fact that Owl died, because now it's just player mistakes happening. Now this is all because of a mistake. It doesn't feel as good watching like results happen from a mistake. It feels way better when it's like, you know, from outplaying. I don't know. You never want to see mistakes being made in matches. You know, it doesn't lead to interesting matches, in my personal opinion. I mean, it can, but in this situation, you know, the forward had to go for a crazy play like that, right? Because like he had to respect the fact that blink or excitement or anything was ready. He literally had to respect all options because they didn't know what the trait was, and that's what can be really annoying. Is sometimes just having a trait alone can be enough threat. More than anything, I should say. We are gonna see double pallet drop here. Will Yuri use the blink? Will not use the blink. Okay, Yuri wants to just hang on to this blink, it seems. Interesting. The forward will ball all the way over here. Will he make this pallet here? He will win the mind game. And Yuri will finally blink. Okay. I mean, that was good. Zeez forced out the blink, but that will be the down onto the forward there, and he is eliminated from the game. So, I mean, the ciphers are okay. They are okay. Can they finish the cipher in time? So you have no self-heal and no borrowed time. And Yuri knows that. But we'll still go back to Cheryu. I guess they've already been on the chair. No, they haven't been on the chair yet. You should know that they have no borrowed. You should know. Oh, we're just gonna sit on, oh, that's smart. That's actually really smart. Just sit on top of him, yeah. Just sit on top of him and wait till your teleport's back. That's really smart, actually. That's really smart from Yuri. Because you know he has no borrowed, you know he has no self-heal, so he literally has no options. Besides, I sit on top of the seer, you do what? You either, one, come in here and heal him, and I hit you for it, like I punish you for it, or two, you pop, and then I get to, oh man. Yeah, this is really smart. Either two, you pop before my trait comes back. And they chose, let's pop before the trait comes back. But that puts them in a really, really awful position here because now nobody can get the rescue onto this seer. And, Yuri's too scared. Yuri's too scared. Yuri's too scared. But Aeroplanist is in a really bad position, though. In a very bad position here. There is no cape. We will see the teleport. Nope, it looks like we will be committing to this Aeroplanist now. Good patience here. We do have one more jetpack to use. We do mess up the dash. Actually, if there's any chance that they get a draw here, it is now. It is now. It is right now, dude. It is right now. Let's see. Nope, there's the down. Okay, that's going to be the 3K from Scars. So now, QTD needs to 3K faster or 4K. Let's see. Here we go. It is round 4, second half. It all comes down to this. We're going to see Prisoner, Anti, Aeroplanist, and Wildling. Very strong team comp. I want to say good survivability, good decoding with the Aeroplanist and the Prisoner. I mean, Antiquarian is there, and... Are you serious? Are we serious? Is this a... No, this isn't a joke. It's not a joke. No, it's not a joke. It's not a joke. And I can prove it. If I go to... Where's QTD? Where the heck is QTD? Oh my gosh. The hell Ember was... It wasn't a joke. It wasn't a joke, dude. It wasn't a joke. It wasn't a joke. Oh my gosh, it wasn't a joke. He's unironically playing Hellember to... Wait, but you need to 3K! You need to 3K you need to potentially 4K, and you're playing Hellember? Oh no. Oh no. Dude, there's no way Hellember's gonna be able... Unless? No, but they don't need to rescue. They'll just sell. Hellember? In round 4? I don't know. I don't know, man. I just don't know. Dude, I have not seen a Hellember in tournament since KOA 7. I'm not even kidding. I have not seen a Hellember in tournament since KOA 7, and he barely got a draw. It was on Leo's memory, and he barely got a draw. I have not seen Leo in tournament since KOA 7. It has been over a year since I have seen Leo in tournament. And he's rocking the freaking Executioner skin. Do you really think you're gonna execute these survivors, bro? I mean, you might execute Dazai because he kind of wants to be, but like... What's the plan? Borrowed Tide on the Wildling, Tide Flywheel Arrow, Full Kite Priz, Borrowed Knee-Jerk Anti. Do you really think you can win with a Hellember? With a Leo? He's chasing Dazai. Dude, there's just no... He really has faith in his Leo. He really has faith in his Leo. This Leo better be crazy, bro. This Leo better be going for, like, the most insane red puppet tricks. Like, the most insane things I've ever seen. Okay, the Flame Bro will break the pallet. And then he'll kill the Flame Bro, probably. Come back. Flame Bro! Okay, so your Flame Bro broke a pallet, and now you have no Flame Bro for, like, a while. If you get shocked by the Prisoner, you do get a little bit of Flame Bro back, which does need to be said. Your Blink is almost ready. Your Insto is almost ready. The Tram is here. Will we see the Blink? You know, he could have shocked into Flywheel, but you just blinked anyway. My goodness. Okay, the Puppet is ready. Dude, this chase, he's just walking in a straight line. He's literally walking in a straight line. Priz. Priz. You fell for the day one red light trick, bro. You fell for the day one red light trick. Let's see this. There's the shock. Let's see this flywheel. Oh my gosh, that should have been a terror shock. That should have been a dude, it's a 3-save for Kite, and he's so far. And here comes the anti-support. He does have his Buppet. Buppet! Go, Buppet! And he's just, wow, he's just so far. Here's the anti. 1. Okay, he has a lot of flames. Bro, this is don't tell me she's gonna shove him into the tram. Oh, I thought she was gonna, he's gonna switch targets to the, oh no. Flame bro? Flame bro? This character sucks. This character, he's using the flame bro as a shield. This character sucks. Oh my gosh, this character sucks. He can't get a, they killed his Buppet. He can't get a single down. He sucks. He just sucks. He can't move. He's so slow. He just can't do anything in tournament. He can't get a down. Maybe against subpar survivors in rank, and maybe like super crazy Leos, but like against a tournament player, what are you supposed to do? Like when you're playing against 10 MS, these guys are so fast. He has full kite, support, perfect communication. Like he just can't. He's just never played in a tournament, and this is why. He had flywheel. It took him 3 minutes to get a single down. It took him 3 minutes to get a single down. Ain't no way he's double buppeting. He double buppeted the aeroplanist, bro. He double buppeted the aeroplanist. These Emma Woodses are just googing around. I don't know, they're bobbling. I guess they say bobbling. They're just bobbling around. And he's gonna break the connection. Alright, we're gonna need to see the craziest camp that ever has camped. Or we can just sell. You know, we could just sell. He's gonna have the entire family tree. He's gonna have the entire family tree. Call him back. Yup. The entire family tree, bro. It's time to activate the entire family tree. This camp has to go crazy. He's wasting so much energy on his flame, bro. Chasing that gosh darn thing. The Cypher is almost primed, by the way. The Cypher is almost primed, by the way. Alright. Oh my, okay. That just didn't do anything. Oh my. This character sucks. Oh, this character sucks. He's so bad, dude. He's so bad. He's just so bad, dude. He's just so bad. Oh, well, he gets it down to the wildling. I guess that's something. And he's gonna leave a flame bro here to push the prisoner away so they can't. Oh my gosh, hover. He needs to 3K, by the way. He needs to 3K faster. Oh my god, it's just not happening. He has no chase. He just doesn't have a chase. He can't do anything. And now Sora's like, yo, chase me, bro, because I got all the flute in the world. He has no flames. He's pretty much relying everything on his Buppets, bro. He's putting everything on his Buppets, but they can just start taking down one of his Buppets. They only need a draw. Once they get 2 people out, it's cooked. And he has no way of making it to the other Buppet because they're holding it. Oh no, they just killed it. They just murdered his Buppet in cold blood. And the prisoner will be able to walk out because guess what? Flywheel in shock already. And he has no Buppets. It's gonna be a 3. It's gonna, he has Hunt 1. That, yeah, there's no chance. He don't even need to. Wow. Wow, Leo sucks, bro. Leo sucks. Leo sucks, bro. This character's so bad. This character's so bad. In tournament, maybe in rank you can make him work, but in tournament, this character just sucks, bro. He just sucks. He's so awful in tournament. Poor Leo, bro. Poor Leo. I mean, I respect QTD for playing Leo, especially in an overtime situation. I have not seen Leo in forever. I respect it. I really respect it. But man, Leo just sucks, bro. He has no chase. He just has no chase, dude. Well, I must say that was a pleasant surprise. I did not think we'd be seeing overtime today, and I did not think that we'd be seeing a Leo in tournament, bro. It has been years. Okay, a year. Actually, no, more like a year and a half since I've seen a Leo in tournament. It was nice to see it again, though. Honestly, I missed it. And now, time to wait another year and a half before we see Leo in tournament again, bro. Unless QTD wants to pull him out again. Maybe we'll see Mitake go crazy once again. Who can say, bro? Who can say? Either way, that's going to be it for me, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.